Alrighty, let's get started here. Okay, so Sunday evening, we're going to try a new mod that was released today, in fact, this morning, and it's the global AI ship traffic. And if you go to, here's the full link, but if you go to the flightsim.to, then just type in the search bar global AI ship traffic. Let's see if that works, just to make sure. This is the home page of flightsim.to. Really great mods here. Type in that, and sure enough, here it is. And this file released today. This is their version 1.0. The file size is slightly over 1 gigabyte, so just be aware of that. And the reason that it is so big compared to some of the other mods is that it does have the textures and the ships for, I don't know how many ships, but there's a lot, quite a few in here. And it varies everything from military to commercial to right here, you've got cruise ships as well. And I thought I saw a picture with a submarine. Here we go. Apparently it's got submarines in there. That's pretty nifty. There's a little write-up on it. And this is version 1.0. And this gentleman here, Henrik, I believe this is the same person that did this for FSX and P3D. Could be wrong there, but the name does sound familiar. I have not fact-checked that. Just be aware of that. Okay, so, and I have not installed it yet. We're going to do that tonight. You'll get to see how you install a mod. I did, however, download it, so I've got that downloaded. It falls upon my download folder, and here it is. It is a zip file, which means it's a compressed file. We need to unzip this, so I'm going to right-click, and you'll probably have a few of these options. I've got a program called WinRAR that it will extract this for me, but in stock Windows you'll have a extract here. So it goes through the process, and again you'll see that it's taking a little bit of time because of the size of the file. Compared to a lot of them, a lot of folks don't even see this window. It goes so quickly. And if you've got any questions for me, I am able to watch the chat room. And while this is doing this, I'd like to give a shout out to a gentleman that came in today, and he is one of the leads over at Heritage Virtual Airlines. heritageva.net is their website, and as you can see here, they got some pretty nifty things going on. Looks like they're primarily P3D, FSX, and FSX SE, along with TACPAC, kind of centric, but I do say that they also do some X-Plane, Microsoft Flight Sim. And one of the very few places that has seaplane routes. I picked up on that right away. I think that's pretty nifty. So anyway, you'll get an idea of their VA. Real nice folks over there. I'd also like to give a shout out to another Twitch streamer, November 978 Papa Juliet. He also visited me today in TeamSpeak, and looks like he's got a couple hundred followers, and he streams flying in the new Microsoft Flight Sim as well. So yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to both of those folks, and I would strongly suggest going over to this person's Twitch and getting notifications. Got some pretty cool stuff on there. And then definitely check out this Heritage Virtual Airline. Okay, so back to the project at hand here, the global AI ship traffic. What this should do is put the ships where they are in real world, and I think it's a kind of a global thing, and we'll see what this gives us. Okay, so we have the extracted file, and you'll notice that when I double click into this, you'll notice this is another folder. Let me tell you, this is an issue that we get with a lot of folks that are trying to move an add-on into Microsoft Flight Sim. Now I've got a hot select here for the community folder. All right, and you got this nice big long path of where this is at. And if you want to, you come up here and you can go percent app data percent. That gets you, well, that'll get you closer. Okay, this is a hidden folder, so you may not see it in your C drive. But if you go, I'll do that again. Percent APP for application data, and then make sure to put the percentage sign at the end of it. It gets you a good portion of the way there. And you come down here to Microsoft, and all right, where is it? Yeah, see, I use that hot pick so much. Let's go back to this one. Okay, it's under, oh, I see. Okay, so it's under local packages. All right, so let's do that again, since I messed it up the first time. App data, percent, okay. It puts us in roaming. I'm gonna go up one, I'm clicking on that, and I'm gonna go local, and then down to packages. And then we've got one that's called Microsoft.flightsimulator _ and some other characters after it. You go into there, and I think it was under local cache. Let's see, I forgot again. Let's go here. It's under, yeah, local cache, packages. So let's go back there. Packages, community. And I've already got some mods already in there, but this is the community folder. And this is where you just drag and drop files in here. Now, you're probably wondering how I got this hot pick under quick access. I'll show you how that's done. Is that all you've got to do is you right click on your folder. Let's see, let's go out here. Let's unpin this. There we go. Okay. And all right, let's go out to packages here. This community folder, I'm going to right click. I say pin to quick access. And here it is. It appears right there. And then I organize it a bit. Don't know why I like it here, but I like it here. So there it is, community folder. So I can go to my downloads folder and immediately to community. And again, any questions, find me on TeamSpeak or ask me in chat. So now that we've expanded this folder here, I'm going to double click into this. Here is the big problem, and also we get this all the time, is that from the downloads, this is what people do. They drag the folder over to community, and here's the problem. In the community folder, I'm going to pick the DA62. You'll notice when I double click on this, you've got folders and files that actually make up that airplane. Let's try another one. Let's try a scenery. You'll have different folders and files, but you'll start to recognize the pattern of what scenery, what's a plane, and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go back to downloads. If you find that this is just blank, okay, then go down one more folder. All right, this looks like a pattern I can work with. So we're going to go back one folder, and this here is what we're going to drag, not this root folder. We're going to drag this guy here over to community. Okay, it moves it actually over there. I'm going to go back over to the community folder, and here it is. And if I double click on this, you'll see that it represents what would be scenery and sim objects, and so forth. And if I go to another folder, again, you're kind of looking for a equivalent pattern. If for some reason that you do click on this and you only see one folder, there could be an issue, and that mod may not load. That'll be the effect of it. Shouldn't crash Microsoft Flight Sim, but it very well it will not load the mod that you just threw in here. Now I'm going to do some cleanup work. So this is the second thing that I see, is that you'll notice back in downloads is that there's the zip file, and then there's this root folder that I extracted to. If I go in here, this is blank because I moved this over to community. So this folder is just useless. We just don't need it anymore. I can right click on it and say delete. And I always recommend just cleaning things up. Otherwise you just get a mess of files all over the place, and hey, we've all been there. Now this zip file, technically I've already extracted it. I could delete it if I wanted to, and if I ever needed it again, or I needed to get version, let's say Henrik comes out with version 1.1, because this is version 1.0 right now, I can always go back and download it again. But why waste bandwidth? I'm going to keep this here just for a while, but because I can download it again, I really don't need to keep that extra gigabyte of space on, or whatever the size of the archive might be on my hard drive, or SSD I should say. So I would normally delete that, but I'm not going to delete it just yet. We're going to launch the sim, and we're going to jump on in and kind of check this out. And then if everything looks okay, I'll go right back out here and get rid of that. Okay, now you might be asking, well, what things would I keep? Okay, anything I can very easily download off the web, I don't bother keeping it. Anything that requires quite a bit of download, like for you folks that came from P3D, if you remember, that was a 12 gig download. I don't want to go download that again, so I would stuff it someplace in an archive location, off on a spinning hard drive or another SSD. So you just have to kind of use your judgment. Now with internet speeds getting to the way they are, man, downloading like P3D 12 gigs these days, if you've got a gigabit connection, it'll go real fast. So I'm sure my logic here will vary as time marches on. All right, so we have this in our community folder. All right, and we're gonna give this a try. We're gonna take a look at it. Now, I also downloaded another mod for the icon. It's a upgraded performance icon. My headset crashed there. The icon A5, and so we're also going to try that. So we're actually trying two mods here. We'll see what kind of a mess I can make of this whole thing. And for those that are wondering, is that if you want to find me on TeamSpeak, ts3.digitalthemepark.com. Our website is www.digitalthemepark.com. We got all sorts of fun things that happen. Our event, hey, I think at the beginning of the stream, I believe I said, hey, it's Sunday evening. Man, I think it's only Saturday evening now that I think about it. Okay, and so tomorrow we have A10 training. I think we're on our 7th or 8th episode of that. And we treat, this is in Digital Combat Simulator, DCS world. And we do treat it a little bit differently than a lot of trainings, is that there's 23 or 24, I'm watching the flight sim right now, of A10 training. The first half of it is learning how to fly the plane, how to navigate. It has nothing to do with the weapon systems. The last half of it, it does do, we do cover the weapon system. So we spend a lot of time just learning how to fly the plane, learning pattern work with an A10. And so that is on Sundays. There's also a Sunday civilian flight. You can find this on the calendar on the exact times at our website. That particular flight is run by a gentleman named Gunter. And so it's, Gunter's Scenic Flights. That one's very, very good. I recommend that. And then we have our Wednesday night weekly flights. And on those, we pick a Sky Park flight. And it's just a bunch of us that gonna get in there and we go from point A to point B. Those are quite a bit of fun too. All right, so this is loading up now. Now, normally I would be in VR. Probably shouldn't I? That would be kind of fun. I'm just going to use track IR for now, I think. Let's just see if this whole thing's going to work. All right, so here is the big question. I'm going to go pop in here. I'm going to pick here's the Icon A5. I see it's got this gray bar here. Some of the aircraft do that, shows that it's been modified. So we'll pick that. Again, never used this mod before. Actually, I've only flown the regular Icon only once, so this could be a huge episode of Crash and Burn. All right, departure. Where would it be a great place to see ships? How about San Francisco in the Bay? Yeah, I think this could be pretty good. Now, tell you what, there's a lot of traffic in this area. Let's do this. Why don't we go over to Oakland? Let's not bother anybody. Let's go over to Hayward Executive, and we'll set this at as the departure. Now, normally I would go in here and I would pick a runway. I mean, pick a runway. Pick a parking place, okay? But honestly, I just want to check this out. So we're just going to pick a runway. No destination tonight. I think we're getting towards the evening. This might be a little too dark. Let's give it a try. Now, for a lot of you, you're wondering, why does he leave it on clear skies? Why doesn't he go with live weather? The reason for that is there is a bug in Microsoft Flight Sim that if you select live weather, I believe it works once, but when you get out and back in, if you get out to the world map and then back into the sim, your weather disappears, or you've got some funky weather. So we always start the sim, clear skies, and that's a pro tip for those that are watching. And then once we get in the sim, heck, we can set live weather, we can play with the time, because you'll notice that I'm using all players and not live players. On live players, you can't mess with this stuff. It's literally live, present time. I've got air traffic right now off. We'll mess with that, and you'll notice my weather and time set to a preset so that I can use clear skies. And for those of you that just joined the chat, welcome. All right, I'll close this. And let's go fly. And for those that did join the chat, feel free to subscribe. We do a lot of flying over at Digital Theme Park. We've got several people that also stream in this area, and it's kind of nice because then you get, if two of us are doing a similar group multiplayer flight, you can see the both perspectives, which is kind of nice. And if there are any questions, I am watching the chat tonight. A lot of times in the VR, it's hard to see that chat window. And we do a lot of at Digital Theme Park. It's not just flying. If we do flying, we'll fly quite a bit of the prop planes, sometimes jet stuff. But we also do the DCS, and also if you have P3D or X-Plane or any of the other sims, FSX, feel free to join us. Just because you don't have Microsoft Flight Sim doesn't mean you can join us. You can hop on in. The other thing is we do racing games like Assetto Corsa and iRacing, and then there's also the farm simulator, truck simulator. Those are quite a lot of fun. And we're loading up, and I've got this on an M.2, actually a pretty speedy M.2, and it's still kind of sluggish. It'll get there. The other thing also could be that maybe using these mods are slowing it down, or the fact that we're at San Francisco, there's a lot of scenery there. Okay, so let's see if we can get the track IR working. I'm gonna need my track IR hat. Okay, is the track IR gonna, it is gonna pick it up. All right, I'm gonna take my headset off, back in a second. Okay, I should have put the hat on before I had done this, but oh well. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we're centered. This is an interesting airplane. I know very little about it. And I do recognize that we have this Garmin here, which is pretty nice. We did not have this in the original one. Landing taxi strobes, that all looks good. Let's give her a go here. Oh, let's look at the outside of this thing. Kind of a nifty aircraft. All right, here we go. Wow, that airspeed picks up very quickly. There we go. We got a positive rate of climb, gear up, and flaps up. In fact, that speed came up so quickly, I can tell you that we did exceed our flap speed. So that flap should have come up quite a bit earlier. I'll bring the power back. And here we go, we just left Hayward. We're gonna get out here over the water. All right, the rumor has it, this now has autopilot. I've got a button on my joystick that I use to enable autopilot, and wings level and pitch mode. I like it. So our plane is stable here. Let's get an outside view. There we go. There we are. Man, this is a beautiful sim. Just freaking gorgeous. All right, do we dare? We've got live time. If it gets too dark, I'll just back the time up a little bit. Let's see what live weather looks like. I think we can deal with this. But why don't I bring back the time just a bit? Then I don't have to play with it. All right, so we're looking for ship traffic, in which right now I see none. Now, I just thought of something. I might have to go into general Oh, where is it? Traffic and ships and ferries. Now, before we do that, why don't we go back to this website and let's take a peek at, are there any limitations here? Because I didn't see a README or anything. Really, the only thing that I see is that as of March 2021, wakes are not enabled by Microsoft Flight Simulator. That is something that hopefully they'll put into the sim. I don't believe it's anything that these folks can do right now, or that it's quite a bit of effort to do it when Microsoft's going to probably do it later. So I really don't see any criteria for this mod, but let me move that off. It does make sense that I would need to have this cranked up. Should we put in leisure boats? I don't think there would be any leisure boats in this pack. Let's just leave it down at 10%. Okay, let's apply and resume. Turn back on track IR, look around. Well, nothing as of yet. And if you just joined me, I see that there are 3 viewers. Welcome to the channel. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. So the question is, for some of you that do not know the area, is where are we? Let me see if I can bring up. When I look off to the left here, looking at a second monitor, I'm going to drag this over here. There's a program called Little Nav Map. Let's zoom out here. Okay, so I'll turn this off. I can turn the click, get rid of this line. So here we are in the world, in the western United States, San Francisco Bay Area. I think I can turn off some of that there. And we took off from Hayward Executive, heading over toward San Francisco. If we don't see anything here, we'll head up this inside coast up to around the San Francisco bridge, and I believe all these dash lines are probably ferry routes. So, well, we should see something. Well, half a tank of fuel. Temp is in the low green, it's fine. Oil pressure's in the green, perfect. Water temp, it's on the high side there, but we're still okay. And we're keeping our RPM at a respectable, 4,300. Looks like we're a little over 1,000 feet, going about 88 knots. And again, I've messed, oh, we can turn off landing lights. I've messed with none of these. Water rudder, oh, we probably need that if we land in the water. We got a little bilge pump there. Okay, well, cute. And right now we are running half an hour back from live time, so it was getting I could see it was going to get a little bit dark. We are running live weather, and it's quite nice. We're running the Icon A5. Well, so far nada on ships. We're going to get closer to, right in front of us is San Francisco Airport. We're going to, I'm sure we've already broken their Bravo airspace, but we're going to stay away from that. But we'll make our way up the coast here, inside coast. All right, we can set her right about there. And we have back to wings level and pitch mode. And we got a little bit of a climb, that's perfect. Now, let's see what we got here. We're at 1,700 feet. Okay, we can turn on our flight director. Yaw damper, oh, I guess it doesn't work yet. Heading mode. Well, here's something that I'm not sure how the, oh, I see what he's done. Oh, look at that. Okay. If we want this to be 2,000, well, that's where I want to be right there. Let's go actually 2,500. Let's try indicated airspace. Oh, darn it. It goes to 0 and not take our current speed. That's too bad. So let's just do a vertical speed, and we want the nose to go up, so we'll just do a 200 foot per minute climb. That's perfect. And let's try heading hold. It looks like we can select between, oh, so the FMS, localizer 1, localizer 2, okay. Yeah, it's all cute. So we should level off at 2,500 feet. I see that it's armed, and we're just doing a easy 200 foot per minute climb, and we're on heading mode. Well, look at that, it just locked in. Yay us. I don't want to be too high, miss the boats. Now, check this out. I do have some ships out here. I see two very large ships. Well, let's head that direction. Good old San Francisco Airport over there. This doesn't do too bad. Doing a nice little 90 knot. Now, one of the things that I get asked quite a bit is my what video setting, what hardware and what video settings do I have. I've got a Generation 7 Intel CPU. I've got that overclocked to 5 gigahertz. That probably helps out quite a bit in the sim, is my guess. I am running a 1080 Ti, and I'm running my settings in the sim at medium. I see another ship here and another ship here. And maybe a ferry out here. Possibly another ship going under the Golden Gate. I believe the way that we're going to be able to tell whether this is a in-game, or I'm sorry, an intrinsic ship built into Microsoft Flight Sim or part of the mod is the detail of the ship. Also, from what I've heard, there were others that were starting this mod, and they said, hey, the first time that all the graphics load, their frame rates dropped quite a bit, but once it was loaded, not a problem. All right, we're going to get closer to those ships, but let's take a peek to see where we're at. So this is where I started little nav map, and you can see this is the path that we've taken. We're right here. And what we'll do is we'll come out down this waterway, we'll take a look at these ships, and we'll just head right out past the Golden Gate Bridge. All right, so let's have some fun. Turn off the autopilot, bring it back to power. I don't know, I think that's going to end up looking pretty detailed. I got somebody else in the area, this guy right here. Going across, I think they call that the Bay Bridge. Oh yeah. That's got to be one of the ships in the mod pack. I think it's working. That has got a lot of cargo on it. Of course, no wake, hard to tell he's moving unless we get right next to it. Do we have any? I don't think there's any water rudders or anything. Oh yeah, there were water rudders. Let's just turn those off when we need to. Let's go ahead and land here. I'm sure this is like the dumbest thing you can do, land in front of a ship like this. Wow. Okay, we desperately skipped that. All right, first water landing completely sucked. Look at that. Oh my God. Passengers are barfing left and right. Whoa. Okay. Well, that was fun. Let's turn on the water rudder. Wow. I just looked down, we're doing 40 knots. What are we, a jet ski here? What's the outside look? Oh, no wake on that yet. Flaps. I want those down a little bit. Put our trim back to takeoff. Wow, for some reason it wants to veer off to the right. I'm not sure why. I'd say he's actually moving. Very slow, but moving. We're going to get closer to this guy. Now that's full left rudder. And we got nada. All right. We need to have that down. Okay. Well, all right. We can do this a different way. How about full right? Oh, wow. Full right rudder. Full left rudder. Maybe it's a wind thing. Okay, well. All right, I'm gonna put the flaps I had at takeoff. I'm gonna put those up so that if there's any wind, those don't affect us. I hear another aircraft. I'm not. Wow. Okay, guys. What? Hey, the gear was just up. Seriously, because I remember seeing this little blue water icon. How did the gear end up down? Well, we know absolutely that we're stationary. We must have hit the invisible barrier that appears on some of these bridges, but I thought this guy was moving, but if he is, he's going real slow. Anyway, okay, let's try our old hit the Y key. Oh, well, okay, interesting. Now, what's it going to let us? Wow. So, there you have it. Invisible bridge barrier. Still don't think that guy's moving. Nothing we can do here. Oh yeah, look at that. As soon as I popped up here, wheels went down. So that must have been it. And boy, I don't think there's anything we can do here. Nope. We might be able to try, yeah, there we go, try that. Now, make sure that gear is up. Okay, we're in the water, yep. Gear needs to be up, yeah. Wow, look at that one. All right, now, so the water rudders just are not working the way I want them to. I figured that they would have a pretty good amount of authority. Guess not. Okay, let's put some gear. Whoa, gear up. There we go. Flaps up. Okay, we're in the air again.
NorCal approach icon Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is type icon a 510 miles northwest of Oakland. Request flight following. Icon Alpha Sierra X-ray
Let's go check out this guy. I think that was a ferry over there, wasn't it?
Squawk 012 icon X-ray Golf Sierra. Icon X-ray Golf Sierra radar contact 10 miles northwest of Oakland, 100 feet.
That kind of looks like a stock MS or a stock MS boat.
Copy icon X-ray Golf Sierra.
All right, now let's go in. I'm going to hit escape right there. I'm going to go into general traffic. And I'm going to move this slider down. Let's see who. Oh, I forgot about active pause. Okay, I've got the sim paused. Slider is all the way down, and look, there is the boat traffic. So, for those watching the stream or are going to watch the stream later, just remember that I think the mod is an all or nothing, is my guess. But I've got under traffic, I have this slider all the way off. I don't know why I have these on. I'm not a fan of the road vehicles, so we'll keep that off. And then I don't care about leisure boats, so we'll keep those nice and give us a couple more frames. All right. Again, I have my ships and ferries completely off. And the mod seems to be doing what it needs to do, except for the fact that guy just is not moving. Even if I have active pause off, Alcatraz there to the right. Now I see the Golden Gate out there. This looks like some kind of a fishing vessel. Again, not moving. I will have to maybe do some research. Oh, goes right into let's turn off altitude heading. Don't need that. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. There's the San Francisco skyline. Looks nice. Well, I think we learned our lesson. We are not going to fly under the Golden Gate. As tempting as it is. Yeah, that guy's just not moving either. Well, they modeled this very nicely. All right, let's go active pause. Whoa, didn't pause. There we go. Oh, did I just take a screenshot? Okay, let's try this again. Active pause. Okay. All right, we're good. I am very curious to find out if we go into nighttime. Let's just do live. Okay, we got stuff all lit up. The boats do not appear to be lit up. Are any of the boats lit up? They are not. So, let's look back there. So this is a daytime thing. You know what we're going to do? We're going to come in here and then we're going to unpause and see if it's a pause thing. No. Guy's still not lit up. Lit up. Go back to. Oh God, that was me. I hit the print screen again. Okay, pause break. Well, you got an example of two mods. Oh, we've got some lights there. Anything else back here work? Oh, change the fuel tanks. On or off. So you got to see two different mods. One, the upgraded Icon A5, and let's see if I can pull that up. The global AI ship traffic. Seeing if it says anything here. Nothing yet. I'll have to just do some Google searching. And again, just like at the beginning of the stream, a shout out to Heritage Virtual Airlines check them out. And also November 978 Papa Juliet. Check out his stream. Let's take a peek here. I was going to see how far it is to go down to Half Moon Bay. I think I'll abort that idea, and here's what we're going to do. Two things. Let's see what happens when we really crank this thing. Alright, we can definitely push her right into the, right at the beginning of the red there. Oh yeah, and it's 120, so this thing will move if you have to. What if I just keep her in the yellow? Still 120, not bad. Bring the power all the way back. Maybe we can do a better job at landing this thing. Great view of the area. Alright, we're in flap range. Let's get a notch of flaps. Alright. Okay, gear up, flaps down. Alright, stalling right about there. Alright, that was definitely better. I don't know what's going on there. That is full left rudder. Let's put in the water rudder. So there you have it. There was a demonstration of the upgraded Icon A5. And checking out the AI boat traffic. I'm going to keep that mod. I think it looks pretty good. Here we have sunset in the San Francisco Bay Area. And stay tuned because we will be running the, let's see, I gotta get this, better get this correct here. The Flying Iron Simulations Spitfire that was recently released. We're going to run through it, hit through its paces. I think that's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. All right, I'm going to end the stream right there, and that'll be all.